Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hi everyone. My name is Adwa Atila, your chairperson for our group. Thank you for coming to our meeting today. Before we begin, how are you all? I hope you are all doing well. Okay, since everyone is here, we should get started. I would like to take a moment to introduce our colleague from Bank Islam Company. So today we have Aida, Sophia, Umi and Alia. We were the heads of the complaint handling unit at Bank Islam. Before we continue with our discussion, let me explain a few agendas and objectives for our meeting. First, we must review some of the problems report via email. Second, we need to evaluate the most imperative problem and identify two factors for further solution. We have a lot to cover today, so we really should begin. At the beginning of this meeting, I would like to ask each of you to share the issues you have identified in the company. In my opinion, the ongoing server error in the Bank Islam app is causing major issues with transaction like payments and fund transfer need to further prioritize as it is leading to customer dissatisfaction and damaging the company's reputation. Despite some recent upgrades, the connectivity problem still persists, suggesting that the root cause hasn't been fixed. In the current server infrastructure enough to handle the traffic and transaction? Have sufficient steps been taken to properly investigate and fix the issue?
So, why you are saying that even though the application has been upgraded, the same problem still occurs, the customer unable to make transaction?
Yes, that's right. Even after the upgrade, the same problem is still happening. Customers are still facing issues and cannot make transactions. This shows that the main problem has not been fixed yet. The negative reviews and requests for a more reliable app version show how serious the problem is. This issue needs to be resolved quickly so the company can maintain customer trust and provide a better user experience. Given the impact on both service and the company's reputation, it's important to review the system reliability and consider long-term solutions to prevent similar problems in the future.
Thank you, Adwa. Next problem I would like to highlight is about an issue that has attracted the attention of many customers on social media, especially on the official Facebook Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad. Many customers reported problems that occurred when they used the QR transfer feature in the Bank Islam Go app. They stated that the transaction they made failed, but the money was still deducted from their account. Although the amount may be small, like RM20 ringgit or RM50 ringgit, it still has an impact on the customer because the money can be used for other purposes. This situation not only causes frustration but also creates dissatisfaction among customers, which can ultimately affect our reputation as a trusted financial institution.
The issue we are discussing today is difficulties our consumers have when utilizing the Bank Islam Go application. We have received multiple complaints about our service auto guest, attendant maintenance times, and issues that remain even after app updates. These issues have created significant annoyance for our customers, making it impossible for them to execute transactions and access critical service. In several circumstances, clients were obligated to seek alternative banking methods or visit bank for assistance. Further complicating their experience, these repeated challenges are affecting not only customer satisfaction but also our reputation as trustworthy banking organization. Is it critical that we action to discover the fundamental causes of this issue and undertake solution that increase the reliability and usability of the Bank Islam Go application.
Besides that, there are issues involving the Bank Islam application as well, which has been experiencing significant performance problems. Numerous users have complained that the system is slow and frequently gets stuck during login attempts. A video shared on TikTok by a user highlights this frustration, showing how the app's slow performance prevents him from completing transactions, particularly in urgent situations. This issue is not isolated to one individual. Many users have expressed similar complaints, voicing anger and dissatisfaction as the problem has persisted for several days. The situation becomes even more problematic for users attempting to make online purchases. The app requires users to log in and obtain transaction approval by entering a code. But with login issues, completing payments become impossible.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. Last week, I saw a post about a student who had to borrow money from a friend to pay for the food they bought because the application was inaccessible.
Yes, this matter will indeed inconvenience many parties, both buyers and sellers. Therefore, I strongly urge that this issue be resolved immediately to restore customer satisfaction and maintain trust in the bank services.
Alright, the next issue concerns the evaluation of Bank Islam by the community that use its service. As a banking company, it is our responsibility to address problems and complaints from users. But recently, there has been feedback stating that Bank Islam staff have been unfriendly and rude when serving both young and elderly customers. This incident have occurred both at the counter and in the waiting area.
Sorry to interrupt. In my opinion, this should not happen because we need to respect each other, especially the people who are older than us.
Yes, Miss Sophia. That's why this issue should not be taken lightly, as it not only reflects bad manners, but also affect the performance and perception of our company. And another complaint involves staff making customer wait for a long time to update their phone number for bank details. Customer perceive this as a simple task, but in reality, it took almost an hour to be handled by a Bank Islam staff member. While we understand that customers have other tasks to attend to, this delay has caused frustration among customers. Therefore, I hope that we can resolve this matter effectively and in a proper manner.
Alright, thank you everyone for providing updates on the issue our company is facing. So, we need to identify the most critical issue among us that requires immediate attention and priority. Anyone?
In my opinion, the issue raised by Sophia regarding the slow system is something that needs to be taken seriously. In this day and age, most users adopt cashless method and use apps to make payments. This slow system creates difficulties for many users who rely on it, and therefore it must be addressed promptly to ensure smooth usage.
I see your point, and I partly agree with that. However, I think we might need to look at another problem that needs more priority to solve.
In my view, the problem of staff with the bad attitude to customers need to pay attention because it can affect the company's image if customers make a complaint or share videos of such incident on social media. No wonder if this can happen in today's era of virality.
May I add something to what you have just said? Based on what happened, the better service we provide to customer, the better reputation and positive perception we will earn. Besides, we need to provide excellent service to customers because it builds trust and enhances customer satisfaction. Good customer service lead to positive feedback, loyalty and a better overall experience for everyone involved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Hmm. Hmm.
For me, I totally agree with this point. The issue with the QR transfer feature failing but still deducting money from customers' accounts is something that needs to be addressed urgently. If left unresolved, this could lead to customer dissatisfaction and damage the trust they have in our institution.
You raise a good point, Amy.
Based on what we have discussed, in my view, IDA's issue is the one we should focus on. Does everyone agree?
Agree.
I completely agree.
Alright, I think that completely right because staff attitude is very important because negative experiences are easily spread on social media and can affect the company image.
Now, let's move on to our next agenda, which is to evaluate the most imperative problem and identify the factor for further solution. I would like everyone to share their thoughts and suggestions as we discuss this point.
I tend to think the staff have personal problems or face high work pressure that cause the staff unable to manage his emotion effectively when interacting with customers.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And I will add that this situation occurs due to a lack of training in a customer service ethics. Staff who are not well trained in this ethics may not understand how to interact respectfully.
Yes, absolutely. That's why customer service ethics is most important in company.
I agree with both Sophia and Aida. High work pressure and lack of customer service training are significant factors. Additionally, I think we should consider implementing a feedback system where customers can rate their service experience. This will allow us to monitor staff performance and identify areas for improvement more effectively.
I agree with Sophia, Aida, and Umi that work pressure, the lack of staff training in customer service ethics is a serious issue. This not only affect the staff relationship with customers, but also reflect the professionalism of the company as a whole.
Let's just recap on what we have discussed. Everyone agrees that the issue of staff ethics is something we need to address, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes,
agree.
Yes.
So, for the next meeting, we will discuss about problem solving for the issue that we discussed earlier. I guess that will be all for today. Thank you all for your contribution throughout our meeting. Again, I want to thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here in this meeting.